guys! Today is the second day of my talk about vegetarianism. It's going to focus a lot less on the meat industry because I figure anybody who's interested in actually figuring out how their meat is made will go look it up, and most people probably aren't and don't really need to hear it from me. Today is more about like the health aspect, because eating vegetarian can be super healthy for you. It can be great for you. You get a lot of diversity, you get all your macronutrients, you get all your micronutrients, a lot of minerals, a lot of vitamins, fiber to keep all the insides moving right. So it can be really, really good for you, but at the same time, there's a cautionary tale to be told, as there is in most things. It's really, really easy to get fat, like actually morbidly fat, eating vegetarian, because a lot of people and a lot of restaurants are really guilty of this especially, but a lot of people seem to think that the only thing that they can eat is pasta or bread, and all that carby, sweet, delicious goodness. And that simply isn't true, because there's so many options for eating vegetarian and still getting in all the nutrients and everything you need, and still having a lot of flavor and taste. Because everybody always complains about that one too, but I don't really see why. Spices are not made out of meat. But yeah, even just putting in options like tofu kebabs, or like a black bean quinoa salad, or like bean tacos. There's so many options, for dinner and big meals and stuff, that having pasta and bread and sandwiches and stuff all the time just simply isn't necessary. And it really will save you a lot of pain and aggravation at the gym if you're into that kind of thing, to avoid eating all the really heavy carbs and everything. I usually don't eat pasta very often, more than once a month or two, just because it's really not good for me, and I can feel it. That was one of the things that I definitely picked up, becoming vegetarian. Whenever I eat something not good for me, I feel it, like, in my digestive system. Um, and it's a really good warning system for me to know when I'm overdoing the really shitty food that I love to eat but shouldn't be eating. Um, yeah. Another thing people always ask me about is, actually, the more I ask my husband, because he's like jacked. They always ask about, getting enough protein, because we both do the whole workout thing a lot at the gym. He's more of a bodybuilder, although I'm working on it. I'm not really getting very far. But protein is actually really not that hard to get. There's always options of eggs, depending on what kind of vegetarian you are. Eggs, milk, cheese, yogurt. Greek yogurt's amazing for you. Even something like non-fat frozen yogurt, it's good for you, low in calorie, has some protein. But for meals, tofu and lentils and beans, even spinach and broccoli have a fair amount of protein in it for being green leafy vegetables. And with the soy thing, you're probably not going to have to worry about the estrogen unless you're consuming soy products pretty much all day for every meal. If you only have tofu and soy milk or something once, twice a week, you really have nothing to worry about. It's not going to build up that quickly, and you're probably not going to get bitch kids right away. Probably. And for like a really good like treat, or for when you're having people over, or you're watching some sort of sport thing on the TV, Schneider's comes up with a really good chicken nugget that has absolutely no meat in it, and it's really good. There's another couple of brands, I can't remember, the Nature Valley or something. They have beef tips, and they have like little steak things and like chicken wings that aren't actually real chicken. So there's always all these options. So when you're out with friends or have friends over, you still have your meat product or whatever, and they're all really high in protein as well. So getting enough protein really isn't that hard, and it's actually much better for you to get more vegetable protein because it's harder for the body to break down, which burns more calories if that's what you're into. And it also has, most of it has absolutely no cholesterol, so you don't really get that problem of the high cholesterol from eating too much steak. And that's a really good plus side as well. So eating vegetarian really is, if it's done right, it can be a much, much healthier option. And you get in all your vegetables and you get in all your nutrients and your vitamins. So, like I said in the first video, it's not for everybody, but if it's something you're considering, I say you should give it a shot. If anybody has any questions about vegetarianism, please feel free to ask down there, or on my blog, or at my Twitter, or whatever. I'll do what I can. I've got 15 years experience. I like to think that that's pretty legit. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week.